Hello and welcome to Dementia Diaries with Bingpe. I believe you're good. It's a beautiful day here, and because of the things that I'll be talking about today, I thought, oh, what better way to bring it alive than to be out here. So I did mention that I will be talking about maintaining good social ties. Very, very important. Okay, so welcome again to Dementia Diaries. We've been talking about who can have dementia, and I've said anyone can have dementia. It doesn't respect religion, your status in the society. It doesn't respect class. It doesn't respect age. It doesn't respect anything. Once the degeneration begins, that's it. Okay, so why social ties? If you notice in our society, people retire at the age of 65, and most time people don't even plan beyond age 65 or beyond retirement. So if I retire today, what am I going to do? Because I tell you, one of the signs of early dementia is depression. When the mind is not engaged, you're just staring at the four walls of your house every day. You're not thinking of anything. You're not planning. There's no strategy. There's no mind engagement. You're not putting your hands to anything productive. Then you start to get depressed, and you want to avoid that. So how do we make sure that we do not become redundant and then become depressed? We must consciously have a club or have social ties with people where we can learn, we can be of use to one another. It's not social ties with people where you go and sit down and talk about other people. So when you have social groups, you're learning new skills or you're teaching new skills to people. So you are either learning or you are the one teaching new skills to other people. Do you know how to braid hair? Do you know how to weave hair? Do you know how to cut and sew? Do you know how to crochet? Do you know how to paint? Do you know how to use a coloring pencil? Do you know how to bake? That's when you want to get together. And these things are not so difficult with team effort. So if you have a group of friends, that your goals and your values, tally and align. It's so dark there. What you want to do is to team up with them. It could be a group of 4 or 5 people. Just make sure that they're people that your friendship is solid, and you can meet and go around into one another's houses. It could be every week. Pick a day in the week. Okay, you can go to A's house today and B's house next time and C's house. Just do all of these things, and you're learning. Before you know it, maybe you will even have people who will say, "Oh, come and teach me," and you can earn money just from teaching other people. Another way to maintain good social ties is with our children, by babysitting their own children. So we can become, for 65, I'm sure you are almost going into, or you are already a granny or a grandpa. How can you give back? Don't let your children go and adopt a house maid who is going to abuse your children, who is going to drug them or beat them, while they're away at work. This is where you want to come in, and assist them to take care of their babies. You can babysit for them instead of them having to pay for that service, and outside of that also, and they don't even have to pay. That's the joy of it, knowing that, yeah, my son, my daughter is with my mom. So you're being a super granny and it's super grandpa. Okay. And another way is having family time, where you can dedicate it, even if it is once a month or twice a month. You want to have all the children around. I know everyone is scattered around the world these days, but for as many as you have family gatherings. Those are really good. Family gatherings are good. Gone are the days when you feel, oh, let them not bother me. until this terrible disease hits, then you know nobody is bothering you. You need more, you need family more. Okay? So another thing that we want to talk about, which is why I'm outside, are our habits. You know, what are the habits that we cultivate right now? Because when the disease sets in, I've said, there's no censoring anything. The raw human being comes out. And I watched a video of a young lady who said that her father has dementia, and she described her father as a really wonderful person, but she has been a nasty human being all her life. She's a young lady, and she said, you know, just realizing that when someone has dementia, they're not able to control or hide anything, you know, that she decided to start deliberately being good, you know, and living a meaningful life and cultivating new habits, because she knows that those skills, those habits, those skills are the, you know, or the only things that remain, you know, and people can work on when they are eventually put into homes. And in our culture, we don't put people into homes all the time, but we get to live in our homes or live with our own children. So even if you have to live with your children, what are the skills that you are taking, so that you're not just a sitting grandma, you know, or sitting grandpa just staring in the walls, you know. Get your hands doing something, get your mind engaged. So you must form good habits, you know, good hobbies that will add to your mind, because the mind is where it is. Morning. The mind is where it is, you know, and you don't want to leave it redundant. Another thing that you want to take care of is your health. You know, what are you eating? What are you putting into your body? You know, are you killing your body, or are you feeding it health? I can tell you that you don't need to eat 3 times a day, especially carbohydrates. We don't need carbohydrates in our system, you know, 3 times a day. Eat it very early, maybe between 10 and 2 p.m., you know, and then the rest of whatever you take in could be vegetables, fruits, nuts, you know, and drink lots of water. This is to avoid, you know, clogging our arteries with unhealthy things that sometimes lead to vascular dementia. And then another thing, very essential, would be walking or running or just moving your body parts, because it's very important that you keep healthy, you keep fit. Okay? All right. So you may be wondering, so why are you sharing that with us? Studies have shown that 1 in every 3 or 5 people will end up having dementia in their lives. And then if you have a parent who has had dementia, the likelihood is there. So are you saying, oh, you may have it in the future? There is a possibility. And like I said, prayer doesn't stop it. It doesn't matter what you are. Once the degeneration begins, and it's a matter of habits, and you know, sometimes, you know, those habits that affect the functions of our organs. So like I said, it's not something that you wake up thinking about, but it just creeps in. So I'm not going to deceive myself and say, oh, God forbid. Yeah, everyone that has had it has said God forbid, but they're not even conscious, they're not even aware that they're going through it right now. So instead of worrying, be proactive, do something, and you can start from now. Like I said, get your mind engaged. Don't ever think, oh, I'm too old to do anything. You're not too old. I see 80-year-olds squatting and doing all sorts of, you know, exercises and just getting busy. Secondly, I said have good social ties, you know, where you are serving other people, you know. Whether you're earning money from it or not, it's irrelevant, as long as you're rendering that service and you're, you know, being in a social gathering with other people that are adding to you and you are also adding to them. And then I talked about what you put in your body. You must eat right, you know. And then the last thing I talked about moving your body parts, because it's important that you get out. Even if you are not able to do the very rigorous things, you can walk like I'm walking, you know. You can walk 1 hour, you know, 30 minutes, just get your heart moving. All right, so that's a wrap on Dementia Diaries with Big B. Thank you so much. Bye.